Welcome to Tech Tuesday's video. Technically not on a Tuesday anymore as of a few minutes ago. But look, the idea or concept that I want to talk about today is basically as a business, self-promotion a little, but as a business, the scope of problems that we solve for you or things that we look at for you. And to sum it up nicely, besides being in the area of technology, we cover from fingertips to front page. So your device, a single user device, all the way through to what it connects to get to the front page of your website. And then even, actually providing the website, helping with the website, probably more making changes with that right now, more than actually providing it. But, that's an option as well if you want to talk about that. But I'm not going to cover too much about that. What I want to do is actually give you guys some information and some help, something of value for this. And the idea is basically people come to me a lot and go, it's not working, fix it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Give me some more information so I can identify where the problem is. And you know what? Sometimes you need to know exactly, or at least roughly, where the problem is. So then you know who to talk to, who to call, what sort of questions to ask, that kind of thing. So I'm going to break down that idea of device, so fingertips, all the way through connecting to front page. Now, look, this is going to be a little bit different to what I usually do, so just bear with me. Technically, at the moment, I'm actually on a Zoom call with myself, which is really weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this with you, and it's going to be really, really interesting because I've never done anything like this before. So hopefully it works. But look, you can see, you can't see my face, but, I'm going to go with it. So your device is here, and let's just say it's who knows what. It could be a phone of some kind. Now, I know they don't have home buttons anymore, but just for the sake of simplicity, that's a phone-ish. Let's call it an old phone. But anyway, so your phone then connects through Wi-Fi, which then connects to your home router. Then your router then connects out to the internet. So let's just draw that as one of those globy things like you see when you don't get signal sometimes on a Windows PC. It's basically the world or the internet, net over the globe, you get the idea. But then from that, so that's your fingertips, and that's out. Now you're out in the outside world. So between that, you've got things like your connection to the outside world, especially if you're in Australia like us, is probably your NBN. Whereas between your device and your router to get out to the internet, that's your LAN or your local area network. Your connection out to the internet through the NBN is probably actually referred to as WAN. So, WAN. So you've got LAN and WAN. So LAN being local area network, WAN being wide area network. Probably didn't need to know that. But then after that, so we're getting towards your front page here, and it's going to get a little bit complicated after that. So after that, you need to get to your web hosting. So usually that'll be on a server of some kind, which we'll just represent with that. However, that process in itself then gets a little bit more difficult. So if we just put a line under that, so now this is your, website hosting or website host. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Maybe we can't. Oh no, there we go. Cool. I told you this was all new. So look, this is where it gets a bit tricky. And this is where I find that most people that I talk to have a problem with it. So to actually get to the website, what happens is you enter the website address, right? So we'll go from the top down this time. So say you go to our website, the .mil.com, excuse the handwriting. That then translates to an IP address. So I don't know what that could be. I'm not even going to try and make one up, but it would be 4 sets of digits usually. And it's not going to be zeros, but just for the sake of not actually using somebody else's IP address and not actually having to know mine off the top of my head. That doesn't happen. So this is what we call your DNS or domain. And basically it's so you don't have to remember these numbers. Then after that, then we come down to, well, basically then we actually hit the server like we had down below. And then from the server then, so this would be your hosting. Maybe web hosting. And then from that, then you actually get to the page itself. So you'd have a picture and maybe a logo and maybe some text. And then this is your website. Now, the problem that people run into is that your domain can be a different provider to your web hosting, which can be a different provider again. And then on top of that, then your website, well, usually is on the same provider, but it will have a separate login. So you've got 3 logins already, and we haven't even got to your internet. Then you've got your NBN connection, which has another login. And then you've got your LAN or your Wi-Fi, which has another login, that being your wireless password usually. And then you've got your device, which would have its passcode. So that's really 6. So essentially what you're looking at there is potentially 6 different passwords, passcodes, passphrases, whatever you use to be able to get from fingertips to front page. Yeah. Now that's just it on a very, very basic level. How do I stop this? There we go. Hopefully that was interesting for you. But that's it on a basic level. But you can see why people get confused and people have problems and go, it's not working, fix it. Then we turn around and go, well, where is the problem? Then you go, I don't know. That's why we're taking the approach of from fingertips to front page, because there could be anything wrong in any one of those steps, especially when you're talking about website stuff. It's just insane how much stuff there is. And then having to break that down with people and go, well, which password's yours? Or, which password do you need for this, this, this? And then once you get to the website, then it's like, what's your web hosting password? Who's your domain with? How do you get into your actual website? And more often than not, people will be able to log into their website, but they don't know where the web hosting is or how to make changes to that. And alongside your website hosting is usually your email addresses as well. So if you want to make changes to those, if you've forgotten your password, want to reset your password, if you want to set up an additional email address, then it gets complicated. Now, look, I could self-promote and go, look, we can provide all of those services for you, like the website services and stuff. And you know what? We can, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is to break down for you a little bit the idea of what's happening to get you from fingertips to front page. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. Hopefully, if you get stuck, then you can identify a little bit easier where the problem is. If not, now you can give us a call or, send me a message, whatever you want to do, and we'll help you wherever we can. But yeah, that's it. That's, like I said, it was a little bit of a different daily video, but that's it. Tech Tuesday, done and dusted, and hopefully really helpful to some of you out there. So yeah, other than that, I hope you're having a great day or have had a great day, seeing as it's this late, although by the time you see it, let's not get into technicalities. Just have a great day, all right? And I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.